Well, hello. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to jump back into some more Shadows over Loathing. Well, I think we've been changing the color every time, so why don't we go ahead and change it once more, huh? Select our color of the day. Let's jump into it. Alright, we're at SIT. So we need to register here. It's at the admissions department. However, nozzle of this drinking fountain is plugged up with chewing gum. Fair enough. I was going to say we should do some fishing first, but I guess not. I guess not. Hello, how can I help you? Librarian said I need to be a student to use the library, so I guess I'm here to take the most absurdly roundabout route to my goals possible. Well, you'll be interested in the accelerated course, then. Our usual undergraduate degree is a 4-year program, but the accelerated course only takes 3. 3 years still kind of more than I was hoping. Hours. 3 hours. Hey, what's up, Chopes? Oh, okay, great. Yeah, 3 hours. We can do 3 hours. How much will it cost? Are you from the area? Poughkeepsie originally, but I'm living in Ocean City. Well, you're in luck. What with the accelerated course being discounted, plus a further discount for local education incentives, plus a further discount for the fact that we're in the middle of a break of the facilities would otherwise be idle, tuition will be 100 meat. Wow, that sounds reasonable. We also have some leftover grant money for low-income students this fiscal year. If you need assistance, the grand total will come to free. I will totally take you up on that. Great, sign here. We'll get you all set up. And what would you like to take as your major? That is a big decision. Well, since we're on break and a lot of the teachers are out of town, it's actually not all that big. The 3 options available are botany, robotectronics, or chemicals. Well, I'm going to guess that this is the same 3 things: physical, mysticality, and moxie. So we've been going pretty hard on moxie, so we'll go chemicals. Unless the way to actually get this is saying what we need to do in order to progress, and this is a puzzle. But a puzzle sounds fun. I'll go with chemicals, I guess. Next, choose a minor, which can be geology, metaacoustics, or astronomy. I do like the idea of a silly puzzle, but let's go geology. Finally, you get 1 elective: spiders, culinary science, or phys ed. Stat challenges it is. Let's get cooking. The clerk makes a few notes and gathers some papers. Okay, that's everything. Here's your transcript sheet. In order to graduate, you'll need to get each of your 3 instructors to sign after you pass their class. An item: SIT's transcript. Okay, where do I get started? Here's a map to help you get around campus. Chemicals, scalar wing, and vector wing. Here's your student ID. Don't lose that. It's how Athena identifies you. This is a blank piece of paper with a pattern of holes punched in it. Apparently, the pattern means something to Athena. Who's Athena? Athena is our campus security. It's an acronym for Ask the New Electronic Doorway Security System for Access. Never let the guy who builds a thing pick the name. Anyway, welcome to the Seaside Institute of Technology. Just in time, too. My lunch break starts right now. She stands up from her desk and leaves with a wave. Thank you. Mish's clerk is out to lunch. A little sign on her desk says, back in March. Wow, God, that's 11 months from now. Okay, well.
Hi, kids. Welcome to Camp Krusty.
It's waxy.
I'll see you in a few weeks. Until then, I've turned things over to my bestest buddy in the whole wide world.
Gruntiotis.
I want you to treat
Gruntiotis.
with the same respect you would give me. Now here's
Gruntiotis. Well, cheers to that, and in keeping with the alert. Hello, everybody. My name is Gruntiotis. Krusty will be with us in a few short weeks. But for now, we're playing Shadows over Loathing. Wax, I was watching you make an MC Hammer impersonating Ronald McDonald do some jumping and flapping around there. I was watching you. So I gotta close that tab. Tab is closed. Old Pimento, you son of a gun. I see you there. What's up, buddy? If anyone is not familiar with these games, they're just very silly and just a lot of fun. The combat isn't really crazy difficult. There are a few spikes and whatnot in it, but for the most part, it's just a good laugh the whole way through. Each chapter's about 5-6 hours long, roughly, if you want to tackle pretty well everything to it. But yeah, we played West of Loathing before, and apparently this was, I don't know, let's say about 12 years ago or so. There was like something Loathing. I guess it was more just like a continuously built upon online adventure thing that went on for like a decade. Like, people played it just a tremendous amount, and I hadn't heard of it, but people were telling me about it when I was playing the last one. So these are like their latest 2 games that are more for the general public who had no friggin' idea that they made stuff like that, I guess. So. But yeah, we're going to SIT, the Seaside Institute of Technology. An elderly gentleman greets you with a politely inquiring smile. Hello again. Are you a student now? I am, yep. Got my student ID and everything, see? Yes, that looks to be in order. Very well, then. My name is Douglas. What can I do for you? Why does that man have an eyeball for a head? He's quite a sight, isn't he? Please don't be alarmed. I'm more confused, to be honest. Ted and I and our colleague Janet, over there to my right, share a, shall we say, unusual past. What happened? We worked in a circus sideshow together. That was more than 30 years ago now. You don't seem like sideshow material. Perhaps not, but regard! He stands up and turns face to the wall, but he's still looking right at you. His entire back is identical to his front, with another face on the back of his head and all of his clothes tailored to match. What? Aha! Please excuse me, but I do always enjoy the reactions of new students. He sits back down to a chorus of cracks and pops as his joints reverse into new positions. Holy jeez! That's disgusting. Oh, don't worry, it sounds much worse than it feels. A regimen of stretching exercises keeps me fit as a fiddle. Anyway, after the three of us escaped the circus, we headed east. The Institute took us in out of scientific curiosity and gave us work as librarians. How did you escape? Ah, well, it's not a story that really bears recounting. Besides, the three of us prefer to look ahead, not back. Even myself. Is there anything else I can help you with? Yes. I'm looking for a certain book. This is going to sound dumb. I've been doing this job for years, and I assure you, whatever it is, I've heard dumber. Well, I don't know the title of the book, or what it's about. All I know is that it's a hardcover, and about so big, and probably an antique? Well, something of that size and age would be in our stacks. All of the books out front here are the ones that won't be mourned if an undergrad doodles in the margins or uses a slice of bologna as a bookmark. Yes, good old bologna bookmarks. Okay. Is there anything else I can help you with? Yes. I need help with one of my classes. Know anything about chemicals? Not much more than the next fellow. Try asking Janet. She's the more scientific-minded of us. Okay, thanks. All right. So I haven't actually gone to any of my classes. It's allowing us to take a major, minor, and an elective or something. You see, talk to her? Hello, dear. Are you new here? Yeah. Yes. I'm Gruntiatus. My name's Janet. Please don't be alarmed by my visible mechanical insides. I'm in no pain. Well, that's good, but isn't the, immobility an issue? Oh, I'm perfectly mobile. I have wheels, and the Robotectronics department has provided me with some very nice telescoping arms. I'm just sitting down right now, because with the majority of students on break, I don't have any books that need shelving. Oh, okay then. Anything I can help you with, dear? Know anything about chemicals? Mostly just the ones concerned with digestion, but I have been to visit the chemicals department before. Did you notice the bronze statue in the foyer? It's a life-size statue of Dr. Adams, the founder of the department. Not just life-size, but incredibly lifelike as well. Whoever sculpted it sure knew a thing or two about bronze. Okay, so the objective of the game overall is that there are cursed items these cursed items are of interest, like cursed antiques and whatnot, to our uncle. Our uncle sent us a letter saying, hey, we need your adventuresome spirit. Please come post-haste, basically, right? The thing about it was that he is actually missing, and we're trying to find him. But the only way that this weird machine that takes the evil, mysterious items' energy from it can only work in finding an item that's its nearest proximity. So the whole thing is we need to, like, find an item, we bring it to the machine, we remove the curse from it, and then we go into the machine to completely rid the machine of the curse as well, and we get, like, all these trippy, you know, ways of trying to cleanse the item that we have and such. And then once that's done, then it shows us where the next item is, and then we're trying to find whatever our uncle was looking for. So right now we're looking for a book in a library at a campus. So we're gonna do our shenanigans here. Okay, and we could just wander around and probably find it, but I want to see what's down the finite hallway. You've seen finite hallways before. You really want to go back down that one? Sure do. Huh, that's more finite than you expected. This hallway's so short and unremarkable that you passed right through it the first time without even noticing. Want to wander on campus? Sure do. On your walk across campus, you get a nod from a disheveled rail rider with a grossly swollen bindle. Howdy. You buying? I don't know. What do you sell? Wares and such. Sure. What you got? Good to hear. Good to hear. Now hop on and follow me. Name's Ovid, by the way. Ovid Lobdell. Where's my wares, are you wondering? Salt the store, pal. I don't carry my inventory on my back like some cargo ant. So you coming or what? What's in the bindle, then? With a wink, he gingerly unwraps the bindle. As soon as the rope is loosened, a massive gust of wind roars out and propels the hobo in a parabolic arc to his destination. Huh. Might have been fun to do that. Damn, we had one opportunity. Our curiosity got the better of us. We could have had a parabolic arc, damn it. It's Ovid in his element. Oh, we're gonna fish in whatever this barrel is. We got a waterlogged backpack. Some poor student dropped their backpack in here. The reason this was underwater has been lost to history. A cruel prank, disposal of evidence, avant-garde juggling mishap. In any case, some poor student's loss is your gain. You open the wet bag and divest it of its somehow still dry contents. You got a roll of duct tape, an SIT puzzle ring, and a pocket chemical hand warmer. Nice. Adds cold armor to pants. Alright, alright. Add 3 physical armor to a hat. Shit, yeah. An elaborate ring full of tiny cogs and sprockets and gears and such. I like sprockets and gears and such. We'll see what this has to do with anything. Also, is the music challenging my voice? Is it loud? This feels like this area is louder than all the other music has been up until this point, so. Hey there, fella. Kinda interested in some quality merchandise? What kind of merchandise? I don't know, some stuff I found. Have a look, see if any of it catches your eye. Can you teach me any hobo code? Oh, sure. Do you know one for free bed yet? Nice. What's up with all these beds? What's up with all the bunk beds? University was getting rid of them. And finders sleepers, I say. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Removes titanium staples, if such a thing exists. His Majesty's least favorite poems book. Somebody published a multi-volume set of every poem George V ever read, in descending order of how much he liked them. This is the last book in the series. You cannot imagine a less interesting book. +3 to ranged weapon attacks. Now we're cooking. The brim of this cap will keep the sun out of your eyes, which will in turn help you with your bullying. With With this on your belt, you'll always be accompanied by tinny, intermittent music chosen and played by strangers. Birchworth's finest tooth wax. It's a whole ball of prescription strength tooth wax. Increases your moxie by 1. SIT used to have gymnastics program. Ended up dropping it because it wasn't dorky enough. Cartwheel wherever you go. Those are the shoes for us. Delicious oyster. You know what? We will buy another thing there. Okay. Get the portable radio. I'll even buy the stupid titanium thing, and I'm even going to buy the book, you know? Sorry, I feel like it's loud, so I'm going to just turn it down. I didn't get an answer, so I don't know if you couldn't hear me when I was asking or not either, so. You're not even interested in the poems George V sort of like, so there's no way you're reading these. Okay. Was this just a joke item to buy? Ah, so we got the stench, so we can throw that on. That'll be good. Now, let's see. So this is physical armor, hot armor, spooky armor. But if I wear this, I can throw the spooky headband. I can also throw comfy hat lining. Spell damage, I don't think we need. We can do physical armor on this. Yep, tape that bad boy up. You wrap the duct tape around your hat, making it sturdier but less stylish. Taped up, comfy Eldritch Jocelyn baseball cap. Yeah, I guess that's all we can do. I really have no need to spell damage. Hot armor. That seems to be one thing that I put on that. Oh no, that's because it's a welding mask. Right, that was just part of that. Okay, so this is better. Plus we can see our awesome moustache. I do wish that we could just have a lot of good traits on this hat, but the ranged weapon attack is too good not to. Alright. So there's wear that can happen on items, so that's why why I'm not using my best weapon right now, which is this, the embarrassing whistle. Which doesn't embarrass me, it embarrasses whoever you play it at. Well, this has bleed. Okay, well this was good. We got another hobo code. Tons of beds, nothing else seemingly to do here, so... Find a discarded gym bag on the sidewalk. Bag is full of rocks. Alright, let's go to one of our classes here. On the walk across campus, a head pops out of a storm drain. Haven't seen you around before. Around the sewer? That's strange, I spend a fair amount of time in them. Are you familiar with the greatest hoax ever perpetrated on the student body of the world? Yes, but tell me anyway. No, do tell. Buying new textbooks. It's a scam. He's not wrong. There's no reason to buy a textbook new. Spare your wallet and spoil yourself, my friend. Buy your textbooks used. May I tempt you? Sure. A good deal and a great victory for free thinking. Don't ever buy your textbooks new, my friend. Don't let them ever make you think you gotta. You got an item. 54.009. Intermediate Matrix Chemistry. Cover of this textbook should be painted sky blue with clouds on it because it's way over your head. It drops back down the sewer just as campus security guard turns the corner on a bicycle. Well, the security department seems pretty secure. It's the most locked door you've ever encountered. Sign says this drinking fountain is out of order. Liberal Arts Theoretical Topology Lab. The fire escape map would be more useful if it wasn't encrypted. Being near this thing makes your stomach churn. Alright, so our class... You spend 5 meat. Huh? Looks like they forgot to unpack the cans before they loaded the machine up. We got a crate of cola. The machine is definitely out of cola at this point. Oh, one of these things. Got a shadow pickle. Spider wing. Talk to the microphone. Can I go in here, please? Student ID. Grunty Otis Peep Champ identified. Access to this doorway is limited to students and faculty in the geology department. That's me. Authorization verified. Access granted. Thanks. You hear a thump as the door's internal lock disengages. Okay, so we're going to see what geology is all about, I suppose. Also, I forgot that we're kind of a rock expert. I just kind of chose geology, not even thinking. This is where the professor would sit, if there was a professor here. It's a poster for a rock-focused fraternity. Might sound cool, but remember, rock music won't be invented for another 20 years or so. Lambda Iota Theta House. Lith? One of the main projects of SIT's geology department is the study of hypercrystalline thermomorphic diorites, known as the layman as hex rock. Hex rock has many fascinating properties. For more information, continue to the right and read the rest of the plinths. Like other diorites, the specific mineral composition and configuration of hex rock varies from sample to sample. Some of these configurations have been observed to violate the known laws of physics, such as gravity. See display. Other configurations have been observed to violate the known laws of this state, such as aggravated assault. Sample not available for safety reasons. A hex rock sample of the correct composition and sufficient mass can exert an influence over the non-thermomorphic, vis-a-vis ordinary and boring, rocks in its vicinity. This property is referred to as charisma. Ow, I got smacked in the face by it. So charismatic. Perhaps most interestingly, some hex rock samples have been observed to be thermically entangled with each other. Larger samples in other way cause the larger hex rocks to materialize or dematerialize when smaller switch hex rocks are interacted with. See display. This appears to work regardless of distance or intervening obstruction, and sometimes a single switch hex rock exerts control over more than one target hex rock. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, we haven't got the foggiest idea how this works, and some of us are kind of freaked out by it. It's as shimmery as it is floaty, and twice as spinny. I will touch it. Neat. Wow. Neat. Wow. Even a small hex rock of the correct composition, when placed in a Morton engine such as this one, can be used to generate an almost unlimited amount of electricity, albeit of low to middling voltage. This particular sample, for instance, powers the elevator down to the department quarry. Unfortunately, attempts to artificially synthesize this type of hex rock have not yet been fruitful. Despite what the sign says, there doesn't seem to actually be a hex rock in that engine thingamajig.
Jipakis asked me, make up some scientific facts about hex rocks and geology. Gruntiatus is playing Shadows over Loathing, a stick-figure adventure game. Tell us how Professor Gruntiatus Peepchamp and his assistant Gab are the hex rock. A fascinating geological anomaly. Professor Gruntiatus, a renowned peepchamp in the field, along with their assistant Gab, have discovered that these peculiar formations are created by concentrated bursts of pure, unadulterated bullshit, solidifying over eons into these hexagonal prisms, utterly worthless, yet strangely compelling.
This is more cola than any one person should have access to. Alright, so we gotta bring that to the speakeasy. Look at the first few pages of this book, and the only thing you learn is that you're better off selling this to a used bookstore than trying to comprehend any of it. We'll hang on to it for now. Okay, so that's the rock house. I'm assuming that's going to be the second part since there's no actual professor or such in the area. But how's it going there, Jipakis? Oh, jeez, you're super last. You accidentally wandered into the university's steam tunnels. And you know, if you asked me if the steam tunnels had a direct connection to the town's sewer system, I'd have probably said not, but here you are now. To make matters worse, you appear to have ended up in a lair of feral vampires. Let me tell you, my friend, they are not happy to see you. Two of them are crouched down on all fours, snarling and spitting. And the third guy is howling and just totally gushing blood out of his eye sockets. It's a real bad scene. You know what? Fighting is, like, always a good option, but let's see what the overcome your fear, since we happen to have spooky armor for some reason. You calmly apologize and explain your misfortune to the vampires, and ask if they can give you directions back upstairs. Once the misunderstanding is cleared up, they turn out to be pretty reasonable, and they sketch you a rough map. I'm okay. I had a bit of a rough start to the day. Just, you know, stomach wasn't feeling it. I had just a problem with my tooth. It was like causing a headache, which is still kind of there, but... And, yeah, it was just kind of like a shitty, like, it was snowing when I left, so the roads were ass to get to work. By the time I get to work, we're just in the snow, and it's windy, and it's kind of chilly. And it's like a wet snow, so it's sticking to stuff, and we got to make sure the pipes are, like, dried off. And, like, it was just a constant battle of what should have been nice, gravy, easy work to just plug along and pretty well finish. It was just a whole lot of, like, wet gloves, wet jacket, just, yeah, just a day to forget. And then it turned out so warm that everything was melting, so it was like raining on top of it because all the snow was melting from all around us, above us, yeah. And it was just, I know that sounds like a miserable day, and it wasn't like my favorite day, but still could have been worse, you know. But yeah, it all worked out, you know. This mailbox is made of foreign stone, which means it's not a federal crime to steal mail from it. Well, let's steal it then. Some junk mail and a flyer from a different frat house. It's the Zeta Omega Omicron house, the zoo. And we got junk mail. I have 2 junk mail. I forgot about the junk mail before. Oh, yeah, we can't open it because we don't have a letter opener. That's right. Yeah, you know, I mean, pretty much every day in construction is... it's not going to be your favorite day, so... If it wasn't a really bad day, it's just an average day, right? Wow, these frat guys are super into geology. The entire frat house is carved from a single huge block of stone. Really nice craftsmanship, too. Must take him forever. Board tough. Yeah, that's right. That is correct. Not only did they sculpt a stone bar, they did even stone bottles and cups. Real dedication. Not sure whether this counts as a painting or a sculpture. Well, let's ask the stone. The artwork talks to you for about an hour without actually clarifying the question of its identity. You ask where it gets all its energy, and it shows you. The solid stone couch looks uncomfortable, but it's still in your top 5 frat house couches. Let's check under the cushions. Bam! That pays for most of that book. Son of a... Nothing on the hat. Did they call it a hat rock? They did. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. They better have done the thing. They did the thing. Members of this frat apparently don't care much about comfort or privacy as much as they care about sticking to a theme. Hard to say what this is. A fridge, maybe? Or an armoire? It doesn't open. It's solid stone. Where do they keep their food and or clothes? Bowl of stone fruit. You know, like peaches and plums. The colors. What's up, Sarakery? Hope it's worth the money doing it and you enjoy it somewhat. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it if it didn't pay the bills, for sure. It's nice when it's a little more consistent, though. So it's like, yeah, maybe you had a good year, but then, like, the last 3 years, I think I've had, like, 2 periods where I've been laid off for, like, 6 months at a time, too, right? So those times get tough, for sure. Where it's like, well, it would have been nice to be able to save some money up. Instead, it's like what's saved up is going towards the bills because, you know, EI doesn't cover all that shit. It is what it is, you know. It's the lifestyle. Sometimes I enjoy having a few months off too. I'm not a workaholic the older I get either. But yeah. It also, like, screwed me out of going to Mexico and doing other plans and such, but such is life, I guess. I stayed home with the dogs, you know. We had a good time. Sarah Carey, how you doing, anyways? What are you playing these days? Wow, this is incredible. Not only did this fraternity chisel a whole frat house out of stone and carve furniture to match, they even went so far as to sculpt a bunch of frat boy statues. Presumably they store them up here and haul them downstairs to fill out the space for parties? There's also some kind of weird stone thing. Looks a bit like one of those newfangled televisions you've read about, except triangular. Somebody's science project, maybe? Oh, it's the otherworldly void. Now, will this be the stone that we need in order to power the elevator? And is it unrelated to the triangular gap in the universe? statue is holding its hand up in a desperate warding gesture. It must be symbolic of students' fears of leaving school and having to join the workforce. The statue is covering its eyes with one hand. Some kind of political commentary, maybe? Yes. I love how we're obviously being obtuse to the situation that these students have been turned to stone by whatever the hell is going on. The statue is praying. How traditional. This statue looks like it's yelling something. They must take this one to football games. Ah, this statue fell apart. That's a shame. Oh, God, no. There's a stone hat on the floor here. Oof. You got a stone frat cap. Okay, we just bought a cap, but what's this thing? +4 physical armor. There's no way that Wolf is blowing this thing off your head. So heavy. But we just bought the taped up, comfy Eldritch Jocelyn baseball cap. And, I mean, honestly, this thing has +4 physical armor. If we were to put on the... there was the duct tape, which would give us 3 more physical armor. It would be a +7. But I am thinking I like the ranged weapon attack, so it's 3 more attack power for us. So we have offense and we have defense if we want. But we'll hold off. There's always going to be better caps. I also did not put my old cap back on here. Missed out on the senoritas and tequilas and tacos. Yep, yeah, I sure did. And it was at Christmas time. And December, when my girlfriend went and my friend went, it was really shitty weather. There was a lot of shoveling here. There was a lot of margaritas down there, you know, so I had to tell her, I was like, I don't want to see a single photo from where you are right now. On the trip I wanted to go on because I was laid off for 6 months. Weather was ass. Hey, it's a hex rock. Just with the right size to run that elevator gizmo. I will take it. Ah, gee, the frat guys must all be on vacation, so they probably won't mind if you borrow this. They can always pick it up from the classroom when they get back. You consider leaving them a note, but you don't have a chisel. Huh, a lot of stuff quit working when you took that. They'll figure it out. Shit. No. I didn't know I had to go into that first. Come on, put it back. Put it back. God damn it. Oh, fuck. This game, man, the replayability is in the fact that if you screw up a puzzle room, you got to play the whole game again to get back to it. And we just did that. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, it's probably doing something here, but... Well, looks like we're not saving the students of the rock house here. Shit. And we can't do anything with it, so yep, that was the one chance. Whoops, that hex rock must have been powering the triangle vision. Hopefully you didn't break it. Yeah, no, I know. Can we put it on the stone plinth again here? No. God damn it. There's an obvious solution to that, and that would be to just put it back, you know. Just put it back. Something, something, fight the shadows. Okay, so I switched out my very good ring, which gives me an extra attack. So we would normally cause the familiar to act 4 times. But, you know what? I'm curious to see what this ring is, and if it's not meant for here, then where, you know? Alright, we got one down anyways. The unfortunate thing about these shadow creatures is that they can only take a maximum of 5 physical damage, right? Holy shit, what's this guy doing? Shadow Homunculus tends to claw Sucky McSucksuck, the mosquito, with shadowy talons, dealing 12 spooky damage and causing 4 bleeding. That's a big hit. Well, we'll take the kill shot anyways. He's gonna hit me, and I also get 4 bleeding, which sucks, but... we could just... Yeah, we'll just smack him. Maximum damage. The good thing about Sucky McSucksuck is that I get health back after he does his thing. Now we have 2 AP for our second turn. Every time he attacks, he stores the blood of my enemies and heals me. You won. There'll be no You won. There'll be no incomprehensible maybe satire on your watch. A standard back of the classroom mineshaft elevator. The elevator rumbles and shudders as it takes you down. Really far down. It feels like, although maybe it's just a really slow elevator. Eventually it stops and the doors slide open with a ding. You step out into an underground quarry filled with hexagonal rock formations. Big work lights have been positioned here and there, and they illuminate 3 large hexagonal doors facing the wall. A gray-haired lady is sitting here, looking grumpy. Hey, you okay? In a word, no. Who are you? You aren't one of my students. I'm new. I just picked up geology as a minor today. I'm Gruntiada's Peep Champ. In that case, I guess you are one of my students. I'm Dr. Josie Morton. In relation to the Morton engine that runs the elevator? Well now, you've been paying attention. Yep, I invented that. Wow, keen. It is pretty keen, if I may say so myself. You need help? I could use a bit of assistance. At my age, not supposed to be messing around down here in the mine, twisted an ankle. Do you need heat or cold? Cold first, specific potion. Okay, what do you need? Cold first, then heat later after the swelling's gone. We don't need to worry about that, though. There's a bunch of medical supply kits scattered around down here. At least one of them should have an ankle-restoring potion. That's a pretty specific potion. A lot of loose pebbles and gravel down here, so it's a situation that crops up on the regular. Fair. Laboratory workbench, emergency eye wash station in case you have any unexpected dirty eye problems. Okay. Nothing left but a bunch of empty bandage boxes. Wonder if there's any treats inside these bad boys. Let's crack their domes. God damn, you did 20 damage? 20? It's What the fuck? Sucky McSucksuck. Why are you doing 20? What's going on with these guys? Crackling Hexrock's gonna shoot Gabby for 9, then increase its own moxie. This intends to summon Rubble of Hex Rocks intends to clobber Sucky McSucksuck for 12. Why is the mosquito so powerful, though? Like, his stats are not that high. He keeps getting HP, yeah, but... A loyal Hex Rock. Oh, it's a familiar. This would be like instead of the mosquito, huh? It starts with 2, 3, 2, and 7. Deals increasing physical damage. That sounds interesting, but... Increasing damage, eh? Extra shiny Hex Rock. Instead of being polished by a weird dad in his basement, the stone has been polished by aeons of arcane micro-erosion. Minerals, Marie. Look at that hole. Oh, a whole bunch of Hex Rocky stuff. Extra shiny, jagged Hex Rock shard deals damage and bleeding. Hex Rock powder increases your maximum AP by 1 and the damage of your magic weapon attacks. Oh, that was a moose. There was a moose, and it's loose. Already checked this one. But I went, oh, I didn't see the shadow. I was thinking I was going to the dark squares. Okay. This doorway is blocked by a big rock on the other side. What's up, Gabby? You all good? She good. Bunch of Mises. Okay. That's one of those, This rock seems really energetic. A bunch of Hex Rocks that somehow assembled themselves into an angry-looking golem. If rocks can have opinions, that has some troublesome implications. Really do. We got a Hex Rock helmet, Mysticality, and HP. Damn it, I went and bought this baseball cap for nothing. One of those floaty rock switches things you read about. So cool. This rat regards you with an eerie intelligence and an even eerier lack of fear. Judging by the footprints inside, the contents of this kit appear to have been eaten by a rat. You rat bastard. Fight rocks, Shazam. Limmering Hex Rock is preparing to unleash a wave of mutilation. That sounds delightful. That's another familiar. This kit contains 4 big bottles of iodine, which you're not in the market for right now. Hello. Thing seems too important to mess with. Alright, so that's the shortcut out of here then, I guess. Jump in and fight some. It said there was a rock blocking the path. Oh, Jesus. I didn't do my fucking... Man, we are hitting so hard right now. Everybody must beat stones. There's a hatch. Attention, access to the Hex Rock Quarry is prohibited except with written permission from the Geology Department or a very good reason. SIT steam tunnels. This box says free shoes on it. You're not sure if it's an announcement or a political statement. It was just a regular free shoes sign. You got sneakers. I forgot. We also got other shoes. Move quietly at a brisk pace. Okay, so now that we have sneakers, I wonder if those are what we can use at the hobo camp. Also, gymnast shoes. Whee! Self-adhesive rivets, Anarchist hardware. Hobo code. The code says try ordering stuffed pepper style. Ooh, it's a secret menu item. Stuffed pepper style, huh? Girl behind the counter gives you a sly, in the know kind of nod and wink. Haven't seen you in here before, bud. Welcome to the finest hash house in the whole underground restaurant scene. Underground restaurant scene? That's right. Wait, you ain't a copper, are you? You gotta tell me if you are. No, I'm not a cop. Alright. Copacetic. In that case, we got no beef. Got no beef anyway. It's a fish place. Aha. Poster on the wall there spells out the racket. If you need an explainer, what can I get you? Fish sandwich stuffed pepper style. A bell pepper full of fish and cheese, just like God intended. I love a good just like God intended. Increase your item drops by 20% and your meat drop. So that's just a good food item for, in general, going around. Muscle by 1 and your Moxie by 1. Oh, these do doubles. Oh. An illegal mixture of every flavor in the fountain. Increase your hot and your cold armor by 2, your spooky armor and your stench armor, and your sleaze armor. I'll buy a couple of those. I'll also get stuffed pepper style since we got a secret menu item. That's kind of cool if we need to increase the pirate restaurant manifesto. Finagle bring you the taste of freedom. Gotcha. Sign says restroom for employees only. You're not an employee. Yes, I am. You're telling me you work here in this hidden restaurant you just discovered in a town you've never been to before today. Yes. Okay, fine. I'm done arguing with you about stuff like this. Somebody dropped a name badge here. Grab it. Employee of the Month badge with your name on it. Unbelievable. Oh, shit. You got an item. Pirate restaurant badge. This is the badge you wear when you're at work at the pirate restaurant underneath Fish and Chips. It says Gruntiatus, assistant manager. Right on. Okay, smarty pants, there's a sign over this thing that says employees must wash hands. Since you're an employee, that means you, right? Wash them. There we go, all clean and sanitary, which must be extremely safe for the customers of this restaurant when you're serving them food later, during your shift. Because you work here. Whatever, weirdo. The employee responsible for cleaning this toilet has been shirking their duties. I love the arguing with the narrator. Only one table. This place is either really exclusive or really unpopular. Nothing. This Athena terminal seems to have blown a fuse. We don't really need access. A harsh buzzing noise and a shower of sparks, and her only reply, this terminal must be broken. Let's hotwire it. Her nimble fingers bypass the broken circuits and trip the door lock. Barbecue wing freezer room. Woman has leaned a book against the front wall. Oh, it's a book of short adventures. Short stories of long winters. Grants an upgradable skill. Gives hot armor. Nice. That will help with my grand chess game that I'm part of. In each story, the protagonist succumbs to sub-zero conditions and perishes. At the end, the narrator opines that if it were them, it simply would have not gone somewhere that is cold. It would have gone somewhere warm and thrived. There's 100 of these stories, and they're all like this. Alright, not right now. The freezer is empty, but you notice that the ice maker is not securely attached, since leaving without any loot is clearly not an option. You take it. But a projectile ice maker. Ooh, it's a ranged weapon. Heals your moxie plus 4 cold damage. Oh, baby. Please tell me this doesn't wear out too fast. Let's try this sucker out. Because if we fight those shadow creatures... The door is painted shut from this side. Painted shut. Okay, I always reach inside and grab stuff, but let's just try closing with the shadow pliers. Okay, so it's experience or an item. Okay, I get you. A trove of dangerous laundry chemicals. It's a steam-powered washing machine. The door is painted shut from this side. Okay. These are all just... Ooh. The rat waves as you approach. Hey there, little fellow. The rat emits a few squeaks. What's shaking? The rat dashes into his hole and returns holding a tiny piece of cheese. He points at you, sweeps his arm broadly from left to right, and points at the cheese. He stares at you for a few seconds, then eats the crumb. Want me to bring you some cheese? The rat nods and scurries around a quick little circle. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Clem is a loser. Door seems to be barred from the other side. It's a radio pipe. Somebody has tapped into the steam pipe to power this radio, yeah. Sign has been scraped off this door. Curious. It's a strange laboratory. Someone appears to be living down here. The device appears to be collecting steam for some reason. A case full of roaches. Gah, why? A nervous-looking guy in his late 40s. He seems surprised to see you in his secret lab. I'm, Rufus. How'd you find this place? I was just kind of poking around the steam tunnels. Exploring, you know. Yeah, it's a popular pastime around here. The kids call it hacking. I guess I should have anticipated that when I set up this secret lab. Why do you have a secret lab? Was the department out of regular labs? I'm actually not supposed to be here at all. I used to teach here, but they let me go. What happened? Did they fire you for using the forbidden math? No, not at all. SIT is the last place they would fire you for that. I was joking? They fired me because I didn't make tenure. I was too busy trying to find out what happened to my missing brother to publish any original research. Well, that hardly seems fair. Probably just as well. I didn't think I was cut out for being a professor anyway. Department politics are maximally bogus, as the students would say. So you set up this hidden lab to continue the search for your brother? Yeah, basically, although I'm taking a more roundabout route towards it now. What happened to your brother? I left home when he was 14, headed north. We called it West back then. There's a throwback joke. He spearheaded the expedition that pushed the Transcontinental Railroad all the way to Frisco. It's kind of famous for a while. Got postcards, poof, just vanished. Nobody heard from him. I guess decided to keep heading north, hop the ship. Couldn't get any passenger records dating that far back, though. It was pretty much as far as it leads. So what are you working on now, then? Well, this is going to sound crazy, but we have a saying here at SIT. Science that nobody understands is called magic, and science that only one person understands is called mad science. I see, so you're doing a little dabbling in the forbidden arts, eh? Oh, no, I checked the rule book thoroughly, and nothing specifically forbids what I'm doing. I get you. So what's the plan, mister? I just met you, and I hesitate to get someone else mixed up in this. Oh, I'm pretty mixed up already. Last few days, I've had to deal with fairies, time holes, shadow monsters, gross fishmen. You know about the fishmen? That's perfect. I can definitely use your help. I'm glad it wasn't the fairies you were interested in. I am curious, but some other time, maybe. What I'm focused on now is predictive quantum telecommunications. I'm gonna need you to explain that to me. Well, there's this brand new field of physics called quantum mechanics. Only a couple years old, but some of the theories pan out could be staggering. But the specific part that I'm interested in is the quantum particles appear to be able to communicate over long distances instantaneously. And I think that this might be the explanation for the magical concept of clairvoyance. Clairvoyance? You mean as in psychic stuff? Tarot cards and crystal balls? Crystal balls, yes, exactly. I'm trying to make a crystal ball that will show me where my brother is and maybe even let me communicate with him. Neat. How can I help? Neat. Well, good luck. Bye. How can I help? Okay, well, all the fishermen in this region come from a single source called the fish mother, sort of like a queen bee, you know? The creature laid all the fishermen eggs, blah, blah, blah. See, honeybees avoiding through extremely high rate of genetic recombination, but the fishermen don't have that advantage. So one would think inbreeding would... What? Never mind. I got a little sidetracked there. The important thing is the fish mother is thought to have a sort of magic psychic link with all the fishermen. Psychic, gotcha. What do you need? Legend has it that the fish mothers occasionally make huge, beautiful pearls. How they make them is probably too gross to think about, but my working theory is it has the right kind of fish mother DNA in it. Might be able to reconfigure it to make my own psychic link. I haven't understood basically anything you've said, so that sounds perfectly reasonable. You need me to get one of those pearls? Yeah. Yep. Fish mother's lair is down by the river. But the entrance is sort of an organic valve. Ah, geez, it's a huge butthole, isn't it? I was going to say cloaca, but yes, it's a huge butthole that keeps out anything that isn't related to the fish mother. So how do I get into the fish mother's butthole? You aren't gonna like it. I already don't like it. I can make sort of a disguise goop to cover you with? Swell. How much am I getting paid for this? I don't actually have much meat left after setting up this lab, but maybe the fish mother's lair has some treasure in it? I mean, definitely. The fish mother's lair has a whole lot of great treasure in it. Sure, I'll help. Alright, fine, I guess. I'll think about it and get back. Alright, sure, I'll help. It's for his long-lost brother. Great, in order to make the fishman disguise goop, I'm going to need some fishman eggs. About 3 pounds of them, according to my calculation. But if the eggs are in the fish mother's lair... No, regular fishermen carry them around. Keep an eye on them. They have a bunch of little hideouts all over the SIT campus in Ocean City. Or rather, all under, I should say. Since they're mostly in the sewers. Well, this just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? You only need one of these to open the manhole covers. Got an antique manhole opener. Okay. That was a lot. I've got a feeling that we're probably going to need sleaze armor. What does it use? Sorted grease. We do have 4 wads. I'll grab one of those then. 11 handfuls of frosty flakes. A lot of shellac. I need this. I was saying before when I was playing chess, I was like, I know there's a thing where you need friggin' cold armor. Alright, we'll stop making potions. Wow, these are all way too advanced for me. Actually, there's one in there right up your alley. 3rd shelf, 3rd from the left. Harmonic frequency reference 90 Hz to 180 Hz. A handy reference manual if you find yourself needing to know the exact frequencies at which a narrow range of substances will vibrate. Grants a combat skill, Tricky Timpani. Cause an enemy to deal its moxie and sleaze damage to itself. Nice, okay. Let's read that. Well, we got the skill. If you do, Tricky Timpani will also increase your moxie by 3. So it will hurt itself with sleaze damage. That could be good for the, that's why I wanted to switch to the projectile ice maker, because it can only take like X amount of physical damage, but if we have a different type of damage to hit them with, also very good. I will upgrade that. To learn in addition to harming the savage pectoral muscle, music can also soothe it. You get so relaxed because of your newfound knowledge that you carelessly misplace the book. Oh, it's a metal detector. Perfect. One of those. Hey, can I borrow this? Sure, if you have a good and specific reason for needing it. I do. I needed to find an old key so I can stop a little girl's house from burning down 230 odd years ago. That's good enough for me. Knock yourself out. Nice. Robot battle arena. What? Let's ask him about it. That's my robot battle arena? Why do you have a robot battle arena? The fact that you even asked a question like that makes me think you'd never understand the answer. That's fair. How many robots are in there? They're capable of self-assembly and replication, so it's hard to say, and also critical that you never accidentally leave the door open. Gotcha. It's a big pile composed of 80% garbage and 20% miscellaneous electrical parts. Let's search. You got an 11 and 1 oil. Okay, so I need 7 moxie. I'm very close, so I just need to... where in the hell is the stylish sunglasses? There we go. Got a pocket battery and a gold-plated cable. Just sell it. Rufus apparently discarded this cable after it was chewed on by a rat. Adds +1 maximum AP to a pair of pants. Oh, a pocket battery. No shit. Oh, that's really good. Alright, 9 moxie, you say? Mysticality. Oh, the SIT. Alright, there's 1. Let's go with our sneakers here. Actually, we'll do the saddle shoes, because I don't really remember the animation. So, what is my... don't really have that. I have 33 experience, so I don't have enough for that. So what are my potions? 1 maximum AP. Fuck, I don't want to not have that. Food. Fungus humongous. Okay, let me check my food then, if I can get a moxie from food. And see if I've got that fungus humongous again. What the hell did I even have? +1 muscle and maximum HP. +1 muscle. 5 HP regen. Well, oh, it was just the mushroom steak. The fungus. Oh, okay, yeah, we got a shit ton of those. Alright, let's eat a bucket of chum. Gain effect, chummy. Chunky chum, yum, yum, yum. Prototype Electro Helmet, +3 to magical weapon attack. Regenerate an extra 1 AP per round. See, now I love the regeneration. $11 Moxie. That's gonna take some different pants or something, yeah. But we did good. We did good to do that, I guess. So we'll just keep on rocking that. For now, we'll go with the extra HP, muscle. What's a doer? A container for fluids. What kind of fluids? Usually valuable scientific substances. Not that one, though. What's in this one? Absinthe. Oh, can I have it? If you want it. Carefully pack up the doer for transit to the purple door. Container of absinthe. Cool. This label. If the label is to be believed, this is a crate of arcane hot plates. Sure, I got plenty. Having access to that level of technology will increase the odds that you'll survive helping me. That's very kind of you. Grab one of the hot plates before he does some more math and changes his mind. Cook from the comfort of your room. Okay, okay. We're finding some good stuff down here, for sure. Door's combination locked. There are a few hot flies buzzing around the vent. Gappy. It's a beansies. Wait, did we do a loop? Very old manhole cover. All sails revolting, no doubt. Hells yeah, nasty goo. You got enough nasty goo already. No need to fish up more. There's a cat. We need stench armor, which we can get from... oh yeah, what is this thing? 30% to item drops. Shit, yeah. So that's Sleaze armor. There's my stench armor. New cat. Let's pet him. What's Stinky's boon? Sleaze armor. Let's get Stinky's boon. Ask what's for sale. I plonks a tin bucket full of raw chopped up fish parts on the counter, garnishes it with a lemon wedge, then he makes an expansive gesture at it like a used car salesman and waggles all 10 of his fingers at you. We will buy it. It's a bucket of chum. He roots around behind the counter for something else to sell you. Holds up a fishing spear with a whole still wiggling fish impaled on it. From his gestures, excited babbling, it seems like you get to keep the spear is the main selling point. When you ask how much, he flashes twice as many. Alright, let's see what else. He roots around the counter for something else. A small glass bottle filled with some kind of oil. Okay. Yeah. You. This time he puts another bucket of chum, gives you a big grin and 2 thumbs up. Then he holds up both hands with a wriggling, and then a third hand. You protest why it was only 10 the first time. Puts a market price. He roots around behind his counter for something else to sell you. Seems to be out of goods, but not wanting to turn away his best customer ever, he plops a big handful of fishman eggs on the counter. Holds up one outstretched hand, then repeatedly opens it and closes it 12, 13, 14 more times. Alright, we got some roe. He takes the meat with an expression of pure delight and grabs it in your hand in a wet handshake that you politely disengage from as soon as possible. Woo! Okay. Well, we may as well fish in the terrible sewer. More nasty goo. It's good. Those are good combat items. Fish in a sack. And a nasty bag. Also a good one, actually. Yeah. Climb up, me hearties. Okay. I'm still looking for the eggs. Okay, so to do. Bam, we got a lot to do. £3 pounds of eggs, so we only have 1 pound, I'm guessing. The unusually smart rat would like you to bring some cheese. I had a thing of cheese, though. But I guess it's not the specific cheese. Yeah, I have squirrel cheese. I was gonna say, I was like, I didn't eat that. I almost ate that, and then I looked and noticed I had the chum bucket, actually. The rat looks at you with a hopeful expression on his tiny rat face. Yeah, I'll give you that. I wrinkles his nose a bit, but eventually decides to keep it. He hauls it into his hole and emerges with a ring. Bottle cap ring. This ring has a bottle cap welded to it, capping the amount of damage you can sustain to that precise spot on your ring finger. You can't take more than 5 damage at once. Wow. Thanks. Sorry about that whole squirrel thing. Rat squeaks as if to say, no problem. So I guess if I find specific cheeses, I don't know if there's any more, but... Okay, another one down here. Let's get fishing. Handful of dirty water. What's dirty water? Sleaze damage, okay. Fish in a sack. We currently have 22 meats worth. Ooh, it's like a spa for gross fishmen. This fishman is doing his best impression of a crocodile. No fishman in the pool, boiling goo, mass of horrible, slimy, wriggling, golf ball-sized eggs floating in it. We need hot armor. Okay, what can we do about that? Hot armor, eh? Hot armor is only at 3. Fuck. Okay, do we have anything else we can equip? Okay, so this has hot armor. That brings us to 4, and I think the helmet. Yes, it has that. Okay, so we actually have 5 hot armor without using anything more than what we already had on our person for just wearing stuff. Beautiful. Okay, the clown pants are actually pretty darn good. But I'm going to hold on with the pocket battery till we get, like, an excellent pair of pants, maybe. But so far, colorful clown pants. Pretty damn good pants. Those are good to have for now, though. We want to equip that for our extra. We'll go back to our this. I love the regenerate 1 extra AP, though. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep wearing this puzzle ring while we're doing this whole quest, instead of having the familiar ring. Bottle cap ring, though, is gonna be very nice later on. 2 fishermen are sharing a nasty soap. Fisherman is absolutely loving his bath in hot filth. Well, there's 2. All right, let's actually replace the fuse, because we have extra fuses, and all these seem to be isolated things. Doors painted. Strange-looking machine seems to be broken. A nondescript looking locker. You get an item. SIT barometer necklace. Magical attacks. Okay. Well, this is a neat little area, actually. Lots of bonus items everywhere. So this is what led us down with the Hex Rock Mines. The restaurant, the lock. Yeah, buddy's lab. Greenhouse is barred. Clem's a loser. Didn't seem to be anything to do here, I don't think, unless that's where we got the book. No, the book was in here. Now we're just doing loops. Okay. Well, that was all very interesting. Though it seems like we're supposed to get the fish eggs from all around here. There's nothing in the bathroom. Is there one just in his lab? Oh, wait. There's a weird set of mirrors mounted here. Must be some kind of optics experiment. I was gonna say, we may as well just get into a fight here, right? This mosquito is so overpowered. It's crazy. 15 experience. All right, so it's a good experience thing for sure. Deal 6 sleaze because it has 6 moxie. That would deal 8 sleaze to that one, yeah. This ice maker thing, it's just super freaking powerful. Yeah, even without the extra attack, this thing is just crushing because it's a 2-shot kill. Oh yeah, we get that too. All right, so what do we have? We have 80. I mean, we could easily just get the other... experience. We could load up, but we got to come back here anyways, and we're kind of running low on time. So let's just go ahead and let's try to get the ankle potion. And I don't know where else... Hey, there's the ankle potion. And we're still gonna fight these guys, though. Are you guys even hearing the music? I just gotta test this. I feel like it's barely bouncing at all now. I only brought it down 10% from where it was originally. But... Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, so that's not burying me. Drowning me out here. We can have the music up. Though I do feel like my mic is loud as fuck, though. It does seem like it's pretty loud. Turn that down a bit. Maybe I hit the wrong one at some point, but... Alright. So... More mice. The door. We've already been to this one, it's saying? Oh, and we were on the other side. I remember the shiny rocks on that one. A gauze ascot. It's an accessory that regenerates 3 HP per round. Neat. Okay. If I didn't have a crazy mosquito warrior on my side, I'd say that would be a damn fine pairing with something. Got your potion. Thank goodness. Sitting on the ground here is almost as dull as sitting at my desk upstairs. She uncorks the bottle and rubs some onto her ankle, then gingerly gets to her feet. Did you learn anything down here? I've learned there's a lot of weird rocks and they do a lot of weird things. That's good enough for a minor. Meet me up in the classroom and I'll sign your paperwork. She hobbles into the elevator and heads back upstairs. All right, well, I guess we passed our minor there. Should we tell her about the students frozen forever in time here? She said, all right, good luck on your adventure. You remind me of somebody else that I had taught with that same gleam in your eye. I was like, oh, who was it? It was like, never mind. You wouldn't know them. But my future self told me that they got pants from this place. They signed up. They were here and they met us in the present. And so it's starting to be like, well, if our future self is in the present meeting us, then possibly a past self has also come here to this university, but we don't know because we're it's this whole funny thing that they do. This drinking fountain is filled with spider eggs, making it the second grossest drinking fountain you've ever seen. Food. Test door. Disregard. Oh, I will regard it. By regarding the door, you are instructed to disregard it. I will now disregard the door. By disregarding the door, you render it once again regardable. There's a flyer for a frat party on the board. It was a week ago. Speak to the microphone. Can I go in? Access to the doorway is limited to students and faculty in the spiders department. The Athena terminal has some of its important parts replaced by a pineapple. There's one of the Athena locks. It's been tampered with. Yeah, let's go in to the pineapple door. Mass of petrified pigeon goop. See how it feels, obviously. We got an item. 6 items of pustulent grulch. This is definitely the most pustulent of the grulches you're carrying around, indeed. That is the pigeon poopy. This is where the pigeons do all their business. Oops, not that one. We're gonna have to go ahead and get our, was it stench or was it... Yeah. You pick through the coop's contents and gather a few pigeon eggs. See no reason to keep wallowing in this particular filth. You aren't afraid of pigeons, but you're a little apprehensive about wandering into the middle of a huge crowd of them. Okay, so we can have pigeon eggs, but we don't know why right now. A group of pigeons is called a flight, and a group of pigeon eggs is called a pile. Alright, we'll just keep getting the items from it. Not sure if we're supposed to see anything, but... Hobo code. Code reads, free ice cream inside. Free ice cream, hooray! You reach inside and grab a little treat. You got an item, extra cold ice cream cone. Increases your hot armor by 5. Holy shit. There's nothing over there except even more of these machines. One of the machines doesn't have a panel on it, though. Whatever these machines do, this one isn't doing it. Fair. That is fair. Alright, we have pigeon poop and pigeon eggs, at least, through the roof access, so we got that going for us. We got our minor in geology. The nasty mop. Photo of a bare-necked pinup girl. Scandals. Bare neck. Dangerous-looking kinetic sculpture. Guy must be the janitor, presumably. And there, you the janitor? Been the janitor in this place for nigh on 60 years. Got any questions? I figure I know all about there is to know about these buildings. Wow, everything? Well, everything janitorial, at any rate. I do have a question, in fact. To ask about the vector wing, I guess. Say you're curious about the vector wing. Somebody scribbled some weird symbols on the wall next to the paradox lab. Don't know why anybody'd want to do a fool thing like that, considering how every classroom has got a chalkboard for scribbling weird symbols on. Couldn't get any paint to cover it with, because they're using it all to paint the infinite hallway. Had to use chalk instead. We'll leave him to his endless mopping. Alright. So here's the hallway stretches as far as you can see. To infinity, though? Surely not. Notice, this hallway is infinite. Your bladder is not. Steam-powered toilet. You don't see these very often, and it's not hard to imagine why. Yikes! As far as you know, the sink is capable of providing an infinite amount of water. An infinite amount of fluorescent light has faded this painting away completely. You don't have any business in that room. Unfortunately, the water pressure here is 1 divided by infinity. Low energy beverages lab. Advanced have form lab. Professor Woodcock Nays. The radiator is doing its best, but this hall is too big to eat. Low energy solids. Now, what about the books that I have? Look at the first few pages. You'd be better off selling this to a bookstore than trying to comprehend any of it. I feel like I want to just hang out. I don't know what number 1 would do. I don't know. We'll hold on in case somebody actually needs. Secondary Wave Lab, Professor Arthur Badger, Nonlinear Math. Curious to see if anything eventually does happen in the infinite hallway. This all happened millennia ago. These bulletins are all way too old to be of any use. I just want to get to door 1111. We've come this far. I feel we owe it to ourselves to continue down the infinite hallway. Low energy molecule lab. We went from drinks to solids to now just a molecule. Wet ethics lab. Oh my. Oh my, indeed. Low-level fluids lab. Well, have you seen the other door down the... Oh my. Dr. Quint Jungwitted. And... reverse statistics. Oh. Low-level fluids, wet ethics. Okay. Oh, we can just go straight to Rufus's lab. Okay, so... You wander into an empty classroom, find a blackboard covered with complex physics equations. Internalize them. But we can't, because we don't have 6 mysticality, so we will externalize them by leaving. Access granted if and only if this door is closed, because it's the Paradox Lab, you see. Drink more soda. The soda machines appear to be comprehensively tampered with. Some mechanically savvy vandal has increased the price of a soda to be an exorbitant 50 meat. Well, we will adjust the price, of course. You open the back of the machine and fiddle with the little gears and camshafts and such. You manage to get the price down to 30 meat. It's still way above market value, but what are you going to do? They've got a geographical monopoly. We'll buy a soda. What the hell? You insert your meat and look at the array of available flavors. Ghost pepper, ice, bone, durian, and pork. 1 ghost pepper, please. It's kind of what I figured it was going to be, so let's get the ice. For the cold armor. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what bone would be, but yeah, this place, we could spend a lot of money here. The laundry room is currently closed for repairs. We apologize for the inconvenience and ask that you please refrain from washing your socks in the drinking fountains. So we were at the barbecue wing, one of the doors. Hey, what's up, bud? This goblin is concentrating on their cooking. They're steaming a sausage, I believe. You've never been less interested in the contents of a vending machine. The finest snouts. Steam tunnel access. Oh, you'd think this door would be locked, but it isn't. Sign above says steam tunnel access. Protective gear recommended, but not provided. Oh, so there were other ladders. Oh, okay. Culinary science, frozen food. The door is stuck shut, which is similar to being frozen. Oh, they spelled notices wrong. They were hoping nobody would notice. You clever, clever girl. Ah, there's a flyer for a local diner. Might be worth checking out. Fish and chips. That's a good joke right there. They spelled notices wrong, but they were hoping nobody would notice. All right. Well, we got another location. I do believe we are going to the culinary science, aren't we? Yeah. Access to the doorway is limited to students and faculty in the culinary sciences department. That is me. Authorization verified. Access granted. Hear a thump. Hi, Lulubelle. Oh. All right. Well, unfortunately, I would love to keep playing this game till 3 in the morning, or however long it would take to get through this chapter, but we are out of time because I've got to apparently throw a ball for Luna. You want to play? Yeah? Okay. And then I gotta let them out, have a shower, get ready for bed, get ready for work, yada, yada, yada. So, thanks for hanging, everybody. I appreciate you choosing to spend your time here. Hopefully we had a good time. I know I did. Just a fun game. But yeah, thank you very much to Wax House for the raid. And everybody just kind of chilling out. Enjoying your night here. I do have... Let's see. Nah. I'm not going to raid there's only a handful of us, and frankly, if I go, then I gotta go say hi and yada yada. And I'm gonna spend that extra time to throw the ball a few times before it gets too late. So, everyone, have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. I will see you again Thursday. Unless for some reason tomorrow makes more sense to stream, and then I'll just take Thursday, Friday off. I'm trying to do the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sundays happen or they don't happen. But yeah, it's just a little better to do the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Gives me a chance to stagger the streams, all that good stuff, take care of things IRL, so